WCB Podcast, your source for all things Chicago Blackhawks and everything hockey. With your host, Jarom and Tanner. Let's do it. Jarom and Tanner.
All right, it's another edition of the Windy City Benders podcast, a part of Inside the Rink podcast network. It is Jarom. It's Tanner. What's up, bud?
Oh, nothing. Just feeling good.
Anything you need to talk about? Anything that kind of, came up or anything? Or,
Hockey's back. NHL hockey's back.
NHL is back, and that's all we're going to address.
Could you imagine, like, it's Wednesday night, and you're like, oh, dude, my team, I'm fucking so jazzed. Like, they're playing. And then you turn it on, and you go, God damn, this is not good hockey anymore. You have to readjust.
Lucky for us, we have an extra day to wait for that.
Yeah, that's true. That's just it's crazy. Like the extreme playoff like atmosphere that the Olympics brought. And then now we're gonna get back to your regular scheduled programming.
Yeah. And there was that video post sent in our group chat. It was like a guy stabbing his TV, like breaking his TV, and it was like Hawk fans realizing they have to go back to watching Jason Dickinson and Artemi Leshinov do drop back power play entrance into the zone for 25 more games.
I understand it's funny, but also Dickinson doesn't fucking play the power play.
It's not fully accurate. And, people take things out of context. It happens. We understand.
Also, Jason Dickinson,
a vendetta about it.
Possibly not a Blackhawk after next week. We'll see.
We'll get into that, but let's start with.
No, I want to get into it now. I guess we should wait till next week to talk about it.
No, we'll talk about it because we got some stuff to talk about coming on the break, but we got to talk about the big dogs. 2 for 2. Olympic gold, men's and women's.
4 goals.
4
2
goals.
games, 2 overtimes, 2 goals against.
2 golden goals, all Bauer users. You really want to get into the specific details of it. All 6 goals scored in both those gold medal games for Canada and U.S. men and women's all came from Bauer. So
that's great. That's
There's
crazy.
a random fact for you. Thanks, Gear Geek, for that one.
Where's the skates? What skates were they using?
Probably safe bet Bauer. Probably
safe bet. Yeah, it's true.
But absolute. Let's start with the women's because they won their goal first. And
this is a notably women's hockey podcast.
Friend of the show, Kendall Coyne.
Yes,
I mean
that is actually not a joke. That is true.
It's not a joke. She, early on, when we first started the show, I think before her first Olympics, she came on and talked. And I mean, I went to high school with her, and I can safely say she might be the best hockey player I've ever skated with in my entire life. Like,
I can guarantee she's the fastest hockey player.
So fucking fast. Nicest person, like just the most. Genuinely, her and her husband, Mike Schofield, I was good friends with him too through high school.
That's crazy. It's the same last name as her.
Yeah, it's insane. Like nobody asked any questions when they got married, but but just seeing her winning gold again. I mean, it's just one of those things where you watch and it's just like you hope good things happen to good people because they deserve it for being such a good person. And just seeing her get that goal opportunity again and winning it, it's just like it puts a big fucking smile on your face because, like I said, she is as advertised. You hear all the good stories about her being like, this face for women's hockey and just being a good, good person and all the community service and stuff she does around Chicagoland, especially in the Orland Park area where she grew up. It's just awesome seeing that and to see that team win in such dominating fashion.
Yeah.
I mean, it was 2 goals that led up the entire tournament?
Yes. Would also, just real quick, Kendall Coyne, first Olympics was 2014, but we did have her on the show before I was on the show, but it was before her first gold medal.
Gold medal. That's what it was. It was the Olympics. She won the gold. That's right.
Yes. Yeah. So it is insane that they literally let up 2 goals the entire tournament, one in the first game that they played and one in the championship game. The other thing that's kind of insane too is I think the one goalie played the whole time, but it was something like she only had to make 97 saves.
She finished with like a 980 something save percentage.
Oh, yeah. But I'm saying among like 7 or 8 games that they played, they allowed less than 100 shots, which is crazy.
It just shows you how good women's hockey is getting in the States and in this development program that they have out there.
Yeah. I mean, I was more surprised that the gold medal game was as close as it was after they handed Canada a 5-0 fucking loss in the preliminary round.
I wasn't, because Canada still is still it's 1-2. I mean, obviously, I mean,
oh no, I know,
but it's like
to win 5-0. I was like, oh, there's no competition right now. There's no competition.
Yeah, I knew Canada wasn't gonna come back and lay a second egg. Yeah, like they have too much pride and too much skill for that.
You know what's kind of crazy though is like, I think that gold medal game like could have just as easily been 5-1 because U.S. missed an open net like 3 or 4 times.
Yeah,
and I was like, oh my god, like, and this is like all before Hillary Knight scored to tie it up late. It's just like they should be winning. Like this, they've missed. There was one where I think it was like Alex Carpenter had like a great chance like right in front of the net. She just fucking skied it into the netting, and I was like, what is happening right now?
Yeah, because I remember I walked over to you and you were because you had it on. Mm-hmm. And you were just saying they're like they just can't buy a goal right now. Like it was just they have an opportunity after opportunity, and just like it was funny. We're sitting there and we're just like watching it and just saying like it just doesn't look like it was going to happen. And then all of a sudden, literally, we finished saying that and they scored to tie it up with like a minute left.
Like two. Yeah,
they tied it up late, and then you go into overtime, and I miss it because I was driving home from work. So you take it,
dude. It's funny because watching the women's overtime period, I feel like they don't pay attention to like men's 3-on-3 because it really felt like they're still just trying to keep the puck in the zone. Like if it's like I don't know. Instead of like regrouping, like you know how the guys will like if they don't have the play, nothing's right. Like they don't force it, they regroup now. It's like the girls were just trying to force it. Like every time they're like, "This is our chance. This is our shot." And I was like, "This is chaotic. It's so fun. It's so chaotic. It's fucking bananas." And then yeah, what is it? They just like I don't know if it was I can't remember now, but if it was the dump in or what. But like threw the puck up the ice, and then I was like, "Oh, they have a defenseman up at the blue line." I was like, "Okay," and then she fucking does a little toe drag right through the girl, and then just that the perfect kind of like backhand chip shot where it goes like right underneath the glove, right over the pad, just trickles in, and you just see the defender just like head down, and it's just incredible.
One of the greatest photos I've ever seen is the Canadian defenseman's heads down, like on the ice, and Keller is like in the air, like hands up, solid, like
going bananas.
Like that was just awesome, and it's just like, man, I like I said, I was so pissed that I missed it because I was driving home from work, but going back and finally seeing it, it's just like God, man, just that got me so jacked for the men's semifinal game. Like it wasn't even like the gold medal game yet for the men's, but like it was like seeing the women setting the tone, you know, striking down Canada, doing this in dominating fashion. It's like, you know, the men were watching, you know, they were there, especially like, I mean, Hughes' mother is the developmental coach for Team USA Women's. So it's like the team is around each other. So like they're all hyping each other up and stuff like that. And you just have to know that that scene that had to have been an extra little spark for the men's team to be like, let's get this sweep done. Let's go and get this for us too.
Yeah, I mean, it is like you get that inspiration from like the hard fought win overtime. Like anything can happen, and you know, I think when the men's team is going into the OT, you start to feel it. You probably just go like, "Hey, girls did it. Guys can do it. Let's go.
Yeah,
got to join them." And
right.
Jeez.
Dude, it's like the same mentality, like, you know, like the big brother, little brother, like, okay, anything you could do, I can do kind of thing. Like, it's just like big brother, brother, sister, like, let's go make everybody proud type of thing. And it's just, I don't know, man. I just fucking love hockey and watching it and just seeing how good that woman's team played and just setting history like that was awesome.
Yeah, it was pretty great.
And then so that leads into the men's, which had probably, I'll say it, arguably the harder trip to the final. I mean,
yeah,
basically, well, kind of, because they had to go through. They kind of got screwed over by the way Slovakia won that pool because they got stuck with Sweden in the quarterfinal.
Mm-hmm.
So that was like one of those games where I was like, ah, shit, dude, they're not even like if they could potentially not even medal right now. Was that before or after we recorded? I don't remember when we recorded, like in terms of games.
It was before. Oh no, we recorded and then they had played Sweden and then Slovakia.
Yeah, okay. So beat Sweden.
Because it was Sweden Wednesday morning and then Slovakia Friday morning.
And then gold on Sunday. Yeah.
And then
okay.
Sunday was gold.
Yeah. So I mean, USA. All I remember from that game is the overtime. I don't remember if they were up and then they tied it or if they were down and came back and tied it.
From Sweden?
Yeah.
They were up and then Sweden tied it.
Okay. And then you just got Quinn Hughes, who I think stamped his name as not only the top American defenseman, but skyrocketed to the conversation for top defenseman all in the entire in the world.
Yeah, in the league.
I think the world. Like, I mean, who's better than Cale Makar and Quinn Hughes and all that?
Yeah, no, I just said in the league because like it's the best league in the world. So
yeah,
that's why I just was simplifying it.
Okay. So he scores the goal in overtime. He waves off the bench for them to try to come off the ice, and he's like, "No, I'm good." And proved him right with a sick goal. Definitely seeing some different type of ghosts on that one. And then you go to Friday, and this was after the Finland Canada game, where
Canada just barely won.
I mean, Canada barely made, like, they struggled through the playoff round, going to overtime with Czechia, barely, and that too was a late tie too on that one, right?
It was a third period tie.
Yeah, and then Finland was the late go ahead.
Against Czechia. I don't know if it was a third period tie. I think it was. I can't remember exactly. But against Finland, it was a third period tie, and then they won with like 35 seconds left.
Yeah, and that was just, man, that was heartbreaking. It was just one of those things where it's like I was pulling for, like, I'm a big underdog guy. Like, as much as it was destined to be USA Canada in the final, and that's what I wanted. But it's like, man, if you can get the underdog to sneak in there, absolutely go for it.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
So once Canada won, I was like, all right, just shit kick Slovakia. Don't leave it any to chance, and let's just get to the championship. And they did that.
They did
6-2 win. So
it was hilarious, dude. I was paying attention to this game, and like the USA's all over him. Dylan Larkin scores to like open it up, and I'm like, all right, sick. Tage Thompson, nasty goal. And then I'm like paying attention, and then I like go to the bathroom and I come back and it's 4-0. And I was like, what just fucking happened? And then I think I left again to do something, and then 5-0. And I was like, oh, okay, great. So we're playing Sunday.
Team Canada, it was written in the stars. Top 2 teams in the world. There you go. That one works. Battling it out bright and early for us, 7 a.m. This was a heart attack game.
Yeah, I was in our group chat. I was like, I definitely didn't need to drink coffee this morning. I was, but I was like jittery as hell.
Dude, it felt like overtime from puck drop.
Yeah, I thought it was actually going to be not so close because we scored, or Matt Boldy scored on the first shot of the game for the U.S. I was like, oh, let's go. It's going to be a night like this, or a morning.
So let's be clear about this. They scored the first shot out of the game, but that also took like 6 minutes.
Doesn't matter.
It's not like it was first shot in the first 30 seconds. Like, I mean, the U.S. was all over them the first like 2 minutes, and I was like, oh man,
didn't hit the net.
Yeah, I'm sitting around, I'm like, I don't know if this is a good sign or not. I feel like they're going too soon, putting way too much into it, way too quick. And then they get that sick goal from Boldy, absolute, love that goal. The little pop it up to himself, knock it down, split the D. Scores on Bennington. Fuck you, Bennington. Oh God, I fucking love it.
Yeah, just like slides it to the side. Disgusting.
And then it got bad.
Yeah.
It's almost like they got the 1-0 lead and they kind of played protect the lead hockey a little bit.
Yeah, they just did not shoot. They were trying to make the extra pass far too often. And then they also, fucking gave up a 5-on-3.
5-on-3.
But
luckily they didn't score on that.
USA was perfect on the penalty kill for the tournament.
That's amazing.
Yeah, isn't it
That's
crazy?
awesome. They couldn't make a pass. They were doing a lot of just clear it out icing, and it was just real quick. Going back to what you're saying about them, they weren't shooting. That was the story of this game. Was USA needed to shoot, Canada needed to pass.
Yeah,
it was just so funny. The opposite strategy. Canada was all over them. They were from halfway through the second period, I believe. I mean, 40 minutes, the last 40 minutes was all Canada, but it was very noticeable.
I was going to say the last 40 minutes was all Hellebuck, but whatever.
And that's also a very true statement. Both statements are true.
Yeah.
And what did you say was going to happen in this tournament? A team was going to get goalied.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
And I think you meant that more as an Italy or a France.
Latvia. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Denmark, Switzerland. But yeah, USA had fucking a goalie game.
Dude, absolutely unreal.
It was Connor Hellebuck channeling his inner Aaron Frankel.
Yep.
And just fucking holding down the fort.
Goes to the 3-on-3 overtime, and instantly I was like, people are not gonna be happy about this. I instantly was dreading going through the last 5 minutes. I'm just fuck. And my fiance was even like, why? What's wrong? I was like, if this goes to overtime, USA's fucked. 3-on-3 is built for the Team Canada. Like there is just no question about it. There's like it should have been face off 1, 3 passes to the net and goal, game over. Like that is just
they
how
legitimately have 3 of the best players in the world on their team in Makar, McKinnon, and McDavid.
And it just seemed like 2 of them just had brain farts.
Like, I mean, they were I honestly I didn't check their minutes, but like you see that there's that one like video of McKinnon throwing up. Is that on the bench?
Yeah.
Dude, if they're just playing like massive minutes, they might have just been gassed.
That wasn't the US game though.
No, I know, but I'm saying like that's actually to my point. Okay. Is like that wasn't even in that game. Like he was already playing tons of minutes where like he threw up in a game prior. Like that's probably what it was. They're just gassed.
Right. Yeah. I mean, it came down to it. Like they brought it in the zone and they had control of it. And then US goes to break it out. And Makar had a very interesting choice of a pinch to keep the puck in, misses, comes back 2-1.
It was like 3 like 50-50 pucks that the US just got every piece right before Canada. And I was like, holy shit.
When we were listening to what was the show's name that Chris Versteeg was on?
Oh, I don't know.
But anyway, I forgot what his name is because I had to listen because he was just crying so hard on Twitter the day after the game was over. So I wanted to hear what he had to say. Like
Bupkis or something?
Something like JD.
Bupkis?
Something like that. But anyway, their excuse was, and I kind of see it. It's those 3
for sure.
It's just the McKinnon and McDavid never had 3-on-3 time together, and it's when you put. I know, and I get. Don't get me wrong. I think it's a bullshit thing because you're the greatest players in the league. It's like you should be able to figure it out. But it's almost like if they don't have that discussion of whose role is what, when you have guys who have played the same exact role in those situations, there's going to be cross wires.
I mean, Jack Hughes and Werenski and whoever else was on the ice, Larkin. They've never fucking played 3-on-3 together.
But the difference is they're not all top guys on their, you know what I mean? Like they're not like the point guy.
Why wouldn't they be? Doesn't Werenski lead Columbus in points? Doesn't Jack Hughes?
Yeah, but okay, so Werenski's he's a defenseman there. But I'm talking about between the Hughes and Larkin. Larkin's not going to be the point man on a 3-on-3. It's going to be like a Lucas Raymond, a DeBrincat, those guys.
I don't know. I think it's a silly argument to make when the other team has just as much, practice time 3-on-3 as your team. But like, yeah, I get it. Like, but both teams are in that similar disadvantage.
I'm just trying to make what they said, and trying to understand it from their side, and it made sense the way they were talking about it, and it made more sense than the US team thrown together because like it's the same situation, but the roles aren't as dominant as it is for the Canadian guys because they're clear cut number 1 top dog. We run this shit, like compared to the US guys. But anyway, obviously we had the golden goal, Larkin over to Hughes. Wasn't?
It was Werenski.
Yeah,
Werenski bodies McKinnon away from the puck, and then just Jack Hughes is wide open. And honestly, Jack Hughes' shot looks like he fucking fanned on it a little bit because it goes like 5-hole instead of I think he wanted it to go a little higher, like that just above pad height. But fucking works. Who cares?
Dude, I just blacked out, man. I don't even remember like the shot, like the whole entire play. I just remember the 3 guys on the ice and then seeing the puck go in and just the audible scream of fuck yeah I had.
Yeah.
Like,
dude, and like Connor Hellebuck also gets an assist on the play.
Yeah, more points than McDavid.
Dude, he had ended the tourney with a 95.62 save percentage and a 1.18 goals against average. That's stupid.
So before we talk about like what this win means, like obviously right there, that's a good thing is players that silence critics with this run. And Hellebuck is definitely a top guy for that conversation.
Yeah, I mean,
in
at the end
terms
of the
of
day, when you look at it, it's a different type of play than the NHL. Like everybody on this is like a fucking all-star. Like when you go back to your NHL team, like you have to make up for your team's shortcomings.
okay, well let me play devil's advocate on that.
Yeah.
Everybody preached Binnington, changed everything changed for Binnington and all that after the Four Nations. I know it's an NHL tournament, but it's an all-star team, and everybody was like talking about how big key situation. He's been, people were down on him being the guy when it mattered, and he just proved everybody wrong by winning Four Nations.
Yeah, Four Nations is a clown tournament.
So Bucky definitely probably has more say that like, hey, shut up about me being unreliable in big moments after that performance.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. It's like, sure, for USA, he plays very well. I mean, playing in Winnipeg is completely different.
No, I agree. And I'm just saying if they can make that case for Binnington, there's zero reason why it can't be made for Hellebuck.
Yeah.
Zero reason why. And then same thing with like Jack Hughes. I know same situation, but I'm hands up, and it's noted with the show. Was not a Jack Hughes guy. I don't understand.
Noted Jack Hughes hater.
I wouldn't say hater. I just didn't understand that everybody
Did you ever call him a fraud or just the Devils?
Just the Devils.
Okay.
The Devils are fraud as a whole. He doesn't help their case though. Because
he can't stay healthy.
He can't stay healthy, and like they talk about him like he's like was like this amazing like Connor McDavid type player when it's like he's never had a full like only had one full season. He can't stay healthy. I mean, literally the fact that he played in this tournament was a miracle because he literally got hurt for a second time leading up to it. But no, he got hurt again after that when he came back from that.
I know.
He got hurt again. Like it's just he was never proven to the hype that he was, and this is the type of tournament that makes a lot of people go, okay, credit due where credit is due, and he got it, and he had some big moments in this tournament, and I know it's not gonna translate the exact same when he goes back to New Jersey, but I definitely think there's gonna be a confidence there that's gonna jumpstart his season when it kicks off again, whenever he gets back to New Jersey.
Yeah, I feel like his career has been slightly derailed up until this point over the last couple seasons because he was on the verge of becoming like the first New Jersey Devil to break 100 points, but got injured that year. And then it's kind of been off and on with like injuries. So yeah, I mean, anybody that was like questioning whether or not like, can he, stay good, especially at like this high of a level of play, because he hasn't really done it in the playoffs yet. He hasn't gotten the chance.
Right.
And it just kind of shows you like, yeah, he can. And I mean, I think it's crazy impressive that he was second on the team in points with Austin Matthews at 7 points, 4 goals, 3 assists, scores the fucking game winner. And like before the tournament, I was like, why is Jack Hughes on this team? And then I'm like, never mind. Like he played great. He's really fucking good. Forgot about that.
And that's the thing. It's like he showed what he's capable of. Now it's like hopefully the kid can stay healthy. And and really show, because it's like this. The Jack Hughes we saw over the last 2 weeks is the Jack Hughes that was hyped up when he was drafted. What, second overall?
No,
he was first. He was first.
Yeah.
No, yeah, that's right. First overall.
Yeah, I was thinking about it. I wish he would have done the celly that he had against Chicago.
Just throws a stick.
Where he just goes and just tosses the twig into the.
He essentially threw his helmet in the.
He threw his helmet. Yeah, absolutely. But like, I wish he would have done the stick toss and then like fell back into the boys.
So I mean, anybody else for you?
Austin Matthews had a good tourney. 7 points, 3 goals, 4 assists. And I just think it's funny that like after Mitch Marner scored that OT winner against Czechia, how Mark Stone came out and was just like saying how Marner's been nothing but a big game player for Canada and Vegas, like over this past season and last year in Four Nations and everything like that. And he's like, I think it's just a Toronto thing. And then now you get like Austin Matthews, removed from that scenario of like being in Toronto, and 7 points in 6 games, captains a team to gold medal, plays honestly fantastic hockey in the gold medal game. Like,
dude,
how many times did, like, even Edzo was saying, like, I feel like every time Austin Matthews is on the ice, I'm saying Austin Matthews with a great takeaway, like just incredible.
There was a couple of times that there was like a back check, and I was like, who the hell was that? And I was like, oh shit, that was Austin. Holy fuck.
Yeah, dude. Austin Matthews and Jack Eichel being the 1-2 center punch was sick.
Yeah.
That was so good. Quinn Hughes just looked disgusting. I'm looking at like so the Olympic website has like official documents for like stats, and it actually has a document that shows like total time on ice for the tourney, and it's pretty crazy because like Clayton Keller only played 19 minutes in the 4 games that he played. Austin Matthews ended up playing a total of 103 minutes, so average like 17 minutes per game. Fucking, do you like, obviously Quinn Hughes is the most. Can you guess how many minutes he played?
No, sorry, I'm looking like I know it's controversial and all that, but
You're looking at social media.
Sorry, I was looking something up. Trump just awarded Connor Hellebuck the Presidential Medal of Freedom.
So anyway, Quinn Hughes played 141 minutes in 6 games and averaged 23 and a half minutes of time on ice. Like, that's fucking crazy.
Yeah, dude. Like I said, Quinn Hughes jumping up to like what?
Just fucking this clown show of fucking place we live in. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, no, Quinn Hughes absolutely fucking amazing. But all right, let's talk about the game. Like,
did you all? I fucking saw there was a photo of Connor Hellebuck, like
on the
plane, holding the seal of Secretary of
Defense. Yeah.
And I was just like, what the fuck? And then I saw a comment that was like, it's really interesting because like that was trash because it's no longer the Secretary. Like, it's not the Department of Defense. It's the fucking Department of War. So like they just pulled some fucking like seal out of the garbage. It was just like, here, hold this.
Maybe they'll rename it back to that in honor of Hellebuck.
They'll just rename the fucking Department of War to the Department of Connor Hellebuck. That would be fucking sick.
All right, we talked about the players. We talked about what happened.
Stupid. Oh,
overall, and this just kind of goes like, all right, what we're just talking about with like the stupid side of like what's going on in behind this, not even behind the scenes, just the climate that this country's in with everything going on. I don't care. I'm just going to say it. I don't care about all the noise about everything else. When I say that this game was probably one of the this game meant so much to me watching this and this team winning this and winning that first gold medal in 46 years that I'm not going to let like the political noise ruin that. All I care about was from when that puck dropped at the start of the game to when that final puck crosses the line for the overtime winner.
Yeah.
Up until the team photo where they brought down Johnny Gaudreau's kids and skated around with Johnny Gaudreau's jersey, all that. Mm-hmm. That's the shit that matters to me.
Yeah. Oh, like, yeah, absolutely.
And when I talk
stuffed animal handed out to every player.
Yeah. But it's like I am like it's almost like it's trying to, just based on looking on social media, it's almost trying to make people feel guilty for being proud and happy for what this team did. And it's like on ice is all that matters to me. I know that this world is shitty. And that's why I love hockey so much, because it gives me that exit from it and not have to pay attention to what's going on in the world for a little bit. Yes. And it fucking sucks that it's getting dragged into it. And I know it's always like you're playing for your nation. And there's going to be political side of it and all this. And then that they accepted the call from Trump. They did this, they did that. And it's like, I understand that there's going to be political brought into it. Everything's gonna be political, but not to the point where the on ice product is a political game.
Yeah. I mean, Cash Patel being there is that's fucking weird.
Don't get me fucking weird. That was fucking ridiculous. Don't get me wrong on that. That was so stupid.
And it doesn't make any fucking sense.
And here's what is to defend the players on that part. Someone from I forgot who it was, but there is confirmation from somebody at The Athletic that was covering stuff that was a Bill Guerin call because he is friends with him.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
So it's not like the players are telling him, hey, come on in. That was a Bill Guerin call.
That's so fucking weird, dude.
I know.
Just let your players enjoy the fucking post-game beers in the locker room. Like, why? That doesn't make any fucking sense. The thing that doesn't bother me the most is the fact that like they got a call from the president, because like I think anytime if like the US were to win a gold medal like that and a president were to call, like it wouldn't be that crazy of a scenario. I'm more proud of the guys that are just like removing themselves from the situation, like Gensel and Brock Nelson. But like, there's the 5 guys. 3 of them didn't really play in the tourney, but like 4 out of the 5 guys are from Minnesota, which, like, you know, if you pay attention to what's been going on in Minnesota, they probably are not too fucking happy. So I don't know. I don't really want to keep going.
Yeah. And my last thing is like, I wouldn't necessarily say like I'm not proud or ashamed of the guys that did decide to go. I feel like regardless of the situation, you do something for your country and you have the opportunity to be in that situation.
Mm-hmm.
Like, regardless of who the president is, I feel like that has always been seen as an honor and has been seen as like, you know, you did this amazing accomplishment and you go, it's just what you do. You do it after Stanley Cups. You do it after MLB championships. You do it after NBA.
Yeah, you and all that.
It's
you
like
don't have to go.
You don't have to go, and it's like I don't think just because somebody accepts to go, it's like they're automatically this horrible person that they're trying to make them out to be, kind of thing. I think there's a couple, and we know who were probably more on that side, and I'm not going to say names or anything like that, but it's like, I think in general, it's like some guys probably see it as an opportunity. It's like, I'm never gonna get an opportunity to be a VIP guest at the White House again.
Yeah. Right.
And that's why I just think it's all blown out of proportion.
That is one of the things that I've considered too, is like this is a once in a lifetime opportunity to be a special guest in DC at the White House and to be honored for, winning gold. Like, regardless of who's in the presidency seat, like, that's not a common thing to happen. So I do understand the guys that did fucking go. Dude, what a piece of shit. That's all I got. Just I don't fucking like the guy. So
and all that was saying is like, I'm not letting any of this take away from what we watched.
Oh yeah.
And I will.
And Canadians are still upset about it. And I think that maybe they're pushing a little too hard with this political stuff, but
I will be proud of this team, and I will love and remember the memory of watching them win gold. The first time in 46 years. The last time this happened was 1980 with the Miracle team. Like, it's only the third time this team has won gold ever. And it's like, I don't think truly like non-hockey people realize how big of a moment this truly was. And that's what's frustrating too about the whole situation is the people that are the loudest are the ones that don't even follow hockey, that probably didn't even know that the women's won gold, and all they heard was, oh, somebody's saying something bad about women. Like, we got to get on this and get on it and be the loud people in the room. And that's what sucks about it, because I think if you know the hockey community and you know what the men's and women's team go through and spending time together and training together and just overall supporting each other, you know, there's no intent on any disrespect coming from that team towards the women's team. Fucking Jack Hughes, the first thing he said, if they asked who was the first person you thought of when you scored the goal, and he goes, if I'm being honest, it was Megan Keller. Like, it's just, I don't know. I'm probably putting my foot in my mouth. It just frustrates me, because this was such a good fucking moment that it's not tarnished in the way of people saying like, oh, how they act. It's tarnished because people are trying to lessen the achievement for political reason.
Yeah. And I mean, honestly, like, I don't know how long were they in the locker room before that happened? Just getting like pounding drinks, having a good time. Like, what are they supposed to do? Be like, whoa, 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 whoa. Like, that's not cool. Like, they're just fucking having a good time. They're just laughing.
Yeah, I don't know.
Whatever. Hey, we got hockey. We got NHL hockey coming up.
NHL hockey. Hawks kick back off this Thursday. They start a nice little 4-game road trip to kick off the last 25 games of the season. Nashville on Thursday, Saturday they're in Colorado, Sunday in Utah, and Tuesday they are in Winnipeg to face Medal of Freedom winner Connor Hellebuck and the Winnipeg Jets. Real quick, so we're kind of Olympic talk went a lot longer than I thought it was going to. Some news that came out: Ben Pope reported that Gavin McKenna has the way he's been playing this last half of his season has started to pique the interest of the Chicago Blackhawks. Does sound like there was legitimate that he was not even on the board for the Blackhawks going into it. So now potentially an option if the lottery balls fall the right way for Chicago.
Dude, I feel like if McKenna is there and the Hawks are drafting and they don't take him, like, the fallout of just fans against the team would be exponentially fucking more massive than like not drafting Davidoff. Like, I think that would have been crazy. Like, the Davidoff is like, you're kind of split, you know, like you got some guys that are like Levshoff's the right choice. Some guys that are like Davidoff should have been the right choice, and people that are like, I don't really care. But like, if McKenna's there and we don't take him, I think everybody's going to be like, what the fuck are we doing?
Right. And it makes you wonder, like, what exactly is the game plan? Like, what are they looking for?
Yeah.
Like, unless they are so sold on Stenberg.
Well, I think it was mostly people were just commenting on his compete level, and they were just thinking that he doesn't have the type of compete that they're looking for. Honestly, though, I mentioned before we started recording, it's like, I'm curious if it's just like his season started slow because of the adjustment to college life. over being like, the hottest shit in Canada playing juniors for the last like 2-3 years or whatever it was.
Yeah, and it very well be it. And he's been on absolute fire since his jailbreak, and even before that, like his last like month has been absolutely insane, and the kid's feeling it. And yeah, I was like kind of getting to the point where I was like, okay, well maybe if he thoughts are drafting 4 through 6, there's a good chance he's still going to be there. I don't think he gets past 2 now again. Like I think he's a top 2 pick again.
Absolutely. He's got something like fucking, what is it? 24 points in his last 10 games. Is that right?
Let me pull up.
10, 11, 14, 15, 19, 22, 24. Yep. 24 points in his last 10 games. And he also has 32 penalty minutes in his last 10 games. He's got 2 games with 15 pins.
Dude, absolutely. I'm trying to see if you're. Yeah, I mean, played Ohio State last week. 2 goals, 8 assists, and 10 points in the 2 games. He had fucking 8 points in the first game of that series.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Like absolutely unreal. So yeah, it's.
What's funny too? And that's 8 points. Only 1 was on the power play.
I don't know how you can question the kid's compete level.
I think now that he's like kind of turned a corner. It's been since World Juniors ended. He's really turned it up.
It's so that's the thing too. Here, I already can tell you. The ball's fall in the Hawks' favor. They get the opportunity to draft him. They take him. He has a slow start. This kid wasn't worth it. We should have took Spenberg or blah 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 or whoever else. Like, I can see it now.
Yeah, I don't care. People are going to talk no matter what. It doesn't matter.
Yeah,
I would gladly take this kid.
So the Hawks are kicking off their last 25 games coming in out of the Olympic break. So here's a couple things that I kind of made note. I did a video on social media. I'm sure if you're listening, you potentially saw it already. If not, here's a couple things that I talked about that I'm keeping an eye on. And I want you to tell, I mean, if there's something else that you think you want to see that I haven't mentioned, let me know. So first is the team as a whole. 57 games in the season. They have 53 points. They're on pace to finish with 76. This will be the first time breaking 70 points since the 1920 season when they had 72 points.
1920?
Yeah, 1920. Asterisk on that one. It is the COVID shortened season.
Yeah.
Which still is pretty impressive because that's 70 points. There's 72 points in 70 games for that team.
That team was also sitting like 23rd in the league.
Yeah. So that's one thing to just kind of see. Like we've talked about it, we've harped on it. This team, it might not feel like it because they're still sitting in the same spot in the standings, but they are improving point wise and they are taking steps in the right direction. Connor Bedard, watching him, he's already tied his career high in goals with 23. He's on pace to score another 13 to finish with 36. He's
nice.
14 points away from tying his career high in points of 67, on pace for 83.
6-7.
Yeah, shut the fuck up.
I know, but it's like, how excited is he gonna be if he fucking gets that, dude?
So if he keeps up his 1.2 points per game pace, he'll finish with 83 points, which makes me more furious about his injury in December. I think we're gonna get robbed of Bedsy's first 100-point season. But I also wouldn't put past it Bedsy of coming very close to still hitting that 100 points in the last 25 games.
Yeah, that'd be pretty sick.
The next one is your boy, Tyler Bertuzzi.
Damn it. I thought it was going to be Frankie Nazar.
5 goals away from tying his career high of 30. He's on pace for 41.
Yes, good.
That's an interesting one. I think just to say Tyler Bertuzzi is a 40 goal scorer would be just goddamn hilarious.
How many did Donato had? 32 last year?
Yeah, he's nowhere close.
Donato?
Yeah.
No, I know. I'm just saying, like, there was a somebody made like a post that was just like surprising goal scorers for the Hawks the last like 3 years, and it was like 2 years ago it was like Mikheyev had 20 or something like that.
Dickinson.
It was Dickinson, And then last year was Donato with 30, and then this year Bertuzzi with 40, and it's like so next year. The person I remember saying it was like I think it was like saying Mikheyev's going to get 50 maybe. Yeah. Hey, sign me up. It sounds good.
Next one is your boy Frankie Nazar.
Yes.
So he's on pace for only 15 more points. So that would put him at 39 points on the season. And he's got 24 in 41 games right now. But the reason why I want to keep an eye on him is last season when he made the call up to the big club at the end of the season, he
was on the team from December until the end of the season. It was really after the trade deadline when it was all the young guys.
Yeah, so once his role got bigger, he really took off. So that's what I'm really interested to see if he can do that same thing and if it's going to help him with his confidence again with this last little part of the season, if he's going to find his game a little bit more and go into the offseason again on a high note.
Yeah. I think also the 2-week break, whatever injuries or like nagging little things that they had going on is going to be hopefully completely
no longer
healed,
has the
like 100%.
ball protector.
Mm-hmm. So stuff like that. Like he's had those like what seems like minor issues, but like honestly, he had the back injury back in October, November, and then he had the jaw injury in December. So it's like, okay, now hopefully he can be fully healed. Maybe see more of like what it was like at the beginning of the year, end of last year, where he's just fucking buzzing around the ice like crazy. And you get the other guys too, where like I was saying like a few weeks ago, like I think a lot of these young guys are maybe a little tired from the condensed schedule. And so like this 2-week break is really going to help out, and we'll see if they're coming out guns blazing.
Yeah.
Hopefully, I just have a feeling they might come out flat.
I wouldn't be. Yeah.
That's going to suck. But I think Bedsy will come out flying. But Frankie only 2 points away from what he had last year, and he's got 12 less games at the moment.
Yeah. So I mean, it's great to see. Like I'm really curious to see how he finishes it. If he can do that same match what he did last year at the end of the season.
If he could get close to 50, that'd be pretty sick. He needs 26 points. There's 25 games left. If he can be close to a point per game, that'd be pretty nasty.
Yeah. And then the last thing I have is Spencer Knight. He's 3 wins away from matching his career high of 19. He is currently tied for his career high save percentage in a full season with a 908% save percentage. And he's already set a career high for shutouts with 3. So I think I just want to see. I'm excited just to kind of see how he finishes this season. First full season as a Blackhawk goaltender, number 1 guy, and just so ready for the Spencer Knight chapter of the Chicago Blackhawks. It's just fucking awesome.
It'll also be like very interesting to see how he handles the changes in the team come the trade deadline, because you know if we're losing some more veterans, it means there's probably going to be a lot more mistakes happening out there where he's already covering for a lot of mistakes. So we'll see if he takes a little hit in his stats. Like I mean, it wouldn't surprise me because I'm sure there's going to be a little bit more falling on his shoulders, but he's done very well this whole season, and I'm very excited that he's a Blackhawk.
He's shown that he can take the load. I mean, there's been games where it's just like,
and that's talking heated rivalry.
God damn it. But like there's games where it's just like it's a goalie game for Spencer Knight, and like he's able to step up big time. So I mean, he's definitely able to handle it. And like you said, let's see if he can handle it for a whole season when we lose, or the rest of the season when we lose some of our big bets.
Yep. Yeah, I'm curious. Like, I'm hoping that this year is like the last year that we are selling at the deadline. You know, next year I would hope that we're in a position next year where we're close enough to the playoffs that, like, you know, you just stay put. You just don't make any moves, don't make any drastic changes, because you just let the guys play it out, see how they do. And then the following year, it's like, you know, you load up a little bit.
Or you're taking a swing, like you kind of hope somebody really steps up in terms of the youth and the prospects and stuff, that they feel confident enough that they can move another prospect to get another piece to kind of add to this team. because who knows, maybe they will be pushing for a playoff spot at next season. So they could potentially be trying to add to the team a little bit, maybe be, as NHL 26 would say, a conservative buyer at the deadline.
Yeah.
And, so I mean, that's going to be really interesting because it sounds like they're going to be running with the youth movement into next season. They're not going to be going out and getting big names, or not that there is any big names to get, but
they're not going to go out and get names.
Yeah, it's gonna be what can the kids do? What do we have? Sink or swim, and it's gonna be a make or break year for a lot of guys that are like bubble NHL players right now. Like, now's the time to prove it.
Yeah, that's the other thing I'm excited about is like after all the moves, like who gets brought up, who gets to finish the season, what signings are from any NCAA guys are happening, or do we get to see Frondell and Kanserov possibly towards the tail end of the year?
Kancherov's team already qualified for playoffs, so I don't know if that's going to happen.
I mean, if they fucking lose in the first round,
yeah,
you never know. Probably not. The kid's fucking on fire.
Yeah, what's his stuff?
Like his stats are the thing that just his all-time. He's the all-time leading U22 player. Leading points getter for U22 and KHL history, which is just a weird way of being like, okay, like for the filter of like 22 and under, he has the most points in KHL history. But like, if you go 21 and under, it's like it's not him. It's like you have to have all these different like fucking whatever. My brain hurts.
All right, let's wrap this up.
Chad it.
Episode 335. What do you want to call it?
Golden goals.
Golden goals.
So we got two. We got two golden goals.
Or should we call it Play Freebird?
I do like that. But did we not say that for like World Juniors last year or something?
I don't think we did.
Fuck yeah, dude.
I'll double check. It's either gonna be golden goals, but I'm gonna lean towards Play Freebird.
That's what I was actually thinking that, but I thought that was something that we did before.
All right, so make sure you follow us on your favorite podcast feeds: Apple Podcasts, Spotify, the big two. Subscribe to the YouTube channel. Follow us on social media at WCB Podcast, and we'll see you on the next one.
All right, love you, boys. Bye.
Thanks for listening to the WCB Podcast. Be sure to subscribe wherever you heard this podcast. To connect with Jarom and Tanner, check out the boys at WCB Podcast on all social media. We'll see you next time.